Hail a prosperous lord of disgrace, the one true reckoner deep below, Satan herself, hail queen. Bitches, quiet down, I need to speak. I've been waiting impatiently since Martyrs Day to travel here to the town of Trier to attend this emergency witches' council in the year of our Lord of 1591. For I've discovered a solution to our troubles, the brutal witch trials, in which many of our sisters have lost their lives in a hail of brimstone and fire. It's reprehensible. My name is Margaret Fletcher. Many of you know me as Marjorie the Malevolent, or more commonly, Magical Maggie. And for those of you who drink my witch's brew, I of course am known as Moonshine Marge. That's right. I am a witch. My mother was a witch. Her mother was a witch. All my friends and enemies are witches. The only books I read are witch scrolls. And I believe I can say that I participate almost exclusively in witchery. Furthermore, I want to make something clear here before I begin. I'm not some two-bit conjurer, riding on the coattails of my very powerful necromantic lineage. No, I'm actually quite accomplished, you see. A lot of the witches in the hall here tonight might be very impressed to learn that I am actually the author and creator of the infamous 9 Herbs charm. Yes, that's right, you heard me. I did not in fact misspeak. You know, standing here today from our vantage point in the modern world of 1591, it's easy to forget that not so long ago, every sorceress west of the Electorate of Saxony believed that the 8 Herb charm was the best we'd ever have. It's the end of history, as they said. Well, I still remember the night in the month of Augustus. It was the sturgeon full moon, when the revolutionary idea came to me. There I was with my coven, and we were making the 8 Herb charm like we always do on the full moon. And I thought for a minute and I said, wait a minute, what if we added one more herb? And they all looked at me like I was crazy, but I did it anyways. I picked up some chamomile and I threw it in the pot, and poof, the 9 Herbs charm was born. Oh, you don't believe me? Well, Gilda the grotesque was there. Gilda, I know you're here. I saw your broomstick outside. Stand up and tell the people the truth.
Yes.
Thank you, Gilda. There you go. I named the 9 Herbs charm. Now, I didn't come here tonight simply to be a braggart. No. If I speak about my qualifications, it's just because I want you to trust me before I get into what I have to say here tonight. So let us begin. I stand before you here today, indignant and irascible. I'm sure I'm not the only one in this room who thinks that the bloody witch trials have gone on for far too long. It's a travesty. It is. It's a travesty. And witches, the time is now to rise up and to do something about it. History is in our hands, and we, the wicked women, have the power, the knowledge, and the collective will to radically transform society. Woo! Chant with me now, sisters. Witches will win. Witches will win. Witches will win. Witches. Okay, wait. I believe that chant is a bit premature. So, I have not had the moment to present to you my 5-point political program. I'm a bit off-put, actually, that you would start chanting before I even presented such a thing. I call it the Wicked Witch's 5-point political program for winning. So here I go now to explain to you what that is. Point number 1. Witches are supreme. That's right. Supremely stupid. Listen, I've been sitting here patiently all day as witch after witch has taken the stage to express their concerns and share your opinions. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but I do believe, after listening to you all today, that there is something very twisted in your mind. Yes. Many very respectable witches took the stage today and tried to argue that the witch trials actually have nothing to do with us being witches. But that this whole charade is part of a violent political process called primitive accumulation, which is a prerequisite for capitalism to take place and flourish. That's what you were saying. According to this theory of primitive accumulation, women's bodies, sexualities, and reproductive capacities need to be controlled in order for capitalism to flourish. No. No. It's called simple logic. Listen, I'll present to you an example. If I'm holding in my hand the sting of a blind worm, I don't go, oh, look everyone, look in my hand, it's the eye of a newt. The sting of a blind worm is the sting of a blind worm. That's simple logic. Point number 2. Witches are bad. Listen, a lot of you are putting a lot of time coming up with all these convoluted theories to sort of explain away this very simple fact. Desdemona the Deplorable, I'm sorry to single you out here, but the speech you made earlier really made my skin crawl. This harridan took the stage and claimed, without a trace of irony in her voice, that since we were being charged of the crimes of killing children and making men impotent and performing demonic abortions, then that means that the real political goals of the witch trials are to dispossess women of our reproductive agency and turn us into tools for simply reproducing and replenishing the workforce. I'm sorry, but that's much too complicated to be true. The simplest answer is always the correct one. We are bad. We are. And a lot of you are sort of sad and mad about that. But not me. I'm glad. I'm glad to be bad. I'm evil. Devil inside. Devil inside. Every single one of us has a devil inside. Point number 3. The witch trials are extreme. But so are witches. Stop being extreme witches. Listen, I have as much gripes as the witch trials as the next guy, okay? Of the burnings and the terror and the turmoil and everything else. It's very extreme. But asking the witch trials to end is also extreme. A lot of people, in case you didn't know this, like people very high up in the church, like priests, witch hunters, landlords, and also this up-and-coming cool new class called the bourgeoisie, rely on the witch hunts to make money and to hold on to their power. What would they do if the witch hunts went away? Twiddle their thumbs all day? Could you imagine? Listen, I think we need a bit of a compromise, a little reform. Maybe instead of getting burned alive, we just get burned a little bit. And then sort of see if we survive in the coming days and weeks. It's just an idea. I'm just trying to find a solution that works for everyone and isn't so extreme. Point number 4, witches. We need to help make work happen. I know for the past couple of 100 years, we've all thought that we've been doing really good work by sort of taking care of the common lands and cultivating medicines and magic, growing food and taking care of the animals, organizing against war and poverty, challenging the landlords, fighting against the moralism of the church, and making really good money doing prostitute stuff. But I'm sorry to break it to you, but none of that is actually work. That's actually called being a heretical bitch. From about starting now in time, work only happens when men go into the factories and make commodities that other men then sell for money. Women can't work. We can't. But we can help make work happen by sort of getting off the common lands and stopping to be witches and no more abortions and going into the home and making boiled porridge in the evening and boiled porridge in the morning for the men. Point number 5. Witches. Give capitalism a chance. Why are you so opposed to this cool new thing that is happening? It's very retrograde of you. And we all sort of opposed to it like this. Listen, it's very simple. If we have a new system and we don't like it, all you really need to do is get about 5,000 to 10,000 people out into the streets and say, we want a new system, and they'll change it for you. It's very democratic that way. Anyways, new season, new me, that's sort of how I'm feeling. I hope that you all agree. Thank you for listening to me today, and I'm sure you must think at this point that the 5-point political program for winning is the only way to go. Thank you, witches, and see you later. Thank you, everyone. I didn't say this before, in case people couldn't tell, I was being a reformist witch, a liberal witch, at a witch council. And that whole set was based on the book Caliban and the Witch by Estelle. It's an amazing book. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend checking it out. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Keep it going, keep it going.
Yeah, keep it going. That was fucking amazing. So fucking funny.
So we're gonna call up all the comics here, everyone.
Yeah, all the comedians on the stage. Now. Everybody else, show them your love. Also, because I'm a slut, I'm gonna do this to everybody if you're okay with that. I just want everybody to know how cool I am on the internet and how many people love all of us. Thanks everybody. Oh yeah, there we go. Thanks everybody. This was an amazing show. Thank you everybody that came out. There's still people are able to hang out, have drinks. There's going to be some music. We have a DJ.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And yeah, thanks everybody again. That was an amazing show. Have a good night.